おい、そこの貴様。俺たちが見えているか？
Hey, hello there everyone. Welcome back to Let's Play Steins Elite. I just said Elite instead of Elite. I guess I better start this off with drinking.
なぜ何も答えない？貴様に聞いているんだぞ。モニターのそっち側にいる貴様にだ。間抜け面をしようってつまらんやつだ。貴様からだと俺たちはテレビのモニターの中にいるように見えるだろうな。だがそれは大きな間違いだ。モニターの中にいるのは貴様なのだよ。貴様が現実だと思っているその世界は実は全て虚構。もちろん貴様自身もな。真の現実、それはこちら側にある。自分が何を指摘されているのかすら分かっていないか。無理もない。まあいい。貴様には分かりやすく俺たちのことについて説明してやろうではないか。まず俺たちがいるのはどこかということだ。ここは東京秋葉原にある未来ガジェット研究所だ。俺たちは普段ラボと呼んでいる。世界の支配構造を作り変えるという我が野望の拠点だな。
The system? Oh yes, I had some problems earlier and I had to re-record like 2 hours of this, so please hold with me. The system. The system is the means by which the organization maintains its grip on humanity. Its full scope is too vast to comprehend, but suffice it to say that the system gives the organization influence over government, religion, media, culture, and science worldwide. Most people do not even know that their lives are controlled by the system. It is so deeply embedded in the fabric of society that modern civilization would not be able to function without it. Destroying the system, therefore, would plunge the world into chaos. Oops. Wrong button.
そうなんだ。悪いことしちゃダメなんだよ、オカリン。
まあ入りは少し黙っていろ。駅から出たら中央通りを進み、末広町駅の交差点を蔵前橋通りへ左折。次の信号の一歩手前の路地を入ると大檜山ビルという古臭い雑居ビルがある。その2階に我がラボは今日構えている。目印はビル1階にあるブラウン管工房というマニアックなテナントだな。
Brown tube, another name for the cathode ray tube, CRT. This name is used more commonly in Germany and Japan. It comes from the name of the inventor of the cathode ray tube, Carl Ferdinand Braun.
今時旧式のブラウン管テレビだけを扱っているショップだ。いかに電気街である秋葉原といえども需要があるとは思えない。寂れた店なのだ。だがブラウン管工房店長である天王寺というおっさんはこのビルのオーナーでもある。ゆえに今や急ピッチで都市開発が進み、しかも高騰しているこの秋葉原であろうと道楽丸出しの店を構えていられるというわけだ。幸いにもあの店長は人を見る目はあるようでな。この俺のカリスマ性を見抜き、ビル2階を丸々ワンフロアただ同然で貸してくれたのだ。ふわっはっはっはっは。だが未来ガジェット研究所は深刻な人材不足のため優秀な研究員を随時募集中だ。今のところ所属研究員は
オカリンオカリン、そこはラボメンって言わなきゃ。所属研究員じゃなくて。
ラボメン、すなわちラボラトリーメンバーは俺を含めて3人である。ラボメンナンバー001、ラボ創設者にして狂気のマッドサイエンティストであるこの俺、法院京馬。
オカリンって呼び方の方が可愛いのに。
そしてコスプレが趣味の高一点、ラボメンナンバー002、椎名真由里。
Cosplayer? An abbreviation of costume play, to dress up in a costume, most often as a fictional character. People who cosplay are called cosplayers, which can be shortened to layers. Many cosplayers make their own costumes.
てってる、マユシーです。着るんじゃなくて作るのが趣味だよ。
最後にスーパーハカー、ラボメンナンバー003、橋田至だ。
Super Kire Hacker. Super Hacker. A tremendously skilled hacker, or at least someone who claims to be one. The threat, my friend's a hacker, so he can easily find out who you are, often appears during arguments on the internet. People mockingly call the obviously non-existent hacker a hacker. Yes, welcome to 2003.
スーパーハカーって呼ぶなよ。スーパーハッカーだろ、上皇。
そんな我々3人で構成される未来ガジェット研究所の活動内容はそのものズバリ発明である。詳細は我がラボのホームページを見てくれ。もちろん闇の支配権力と戦うための未来ガジェットが最優先事項だが、その研究から派生する副産物的な発明も多い。というか今のところはそっちばかりだ。すでに我々は8つの未来ガジェットを完成させた。だがこれはまだ序章でしかない。未来ガジェットのアイデアは俺の中に108まであるのだ。
某テニス漫画みたいにですね。わかります。
人の煩悩の数といえ、このアットチャンネルの目。
At Channel, fictional, Japan's most popular message board, covers a wide variety of topics from hacking to cooking to anime to current events. It's basically 4chan or 2chan. Also, it was used in Chaos Head by our main protagonist. He liked to frequent that place.
それと俺が話しているのだから口出しをするなと言っているだろ。
そもそもオカリン、さっきからなんで独り言喋ってんの？
独り言ではない。見てわからないのか。俺は今モニターの向こうにいるこいつに話しかけているのだ。
あ、今その人にやりって笑った。
おのれ貴様、何を笑っているのか。モニターの中の存在のくせに。
こっちみんなって言ってやれば。
Kochiminna. Don't look at me. On the internet, there's an unwritten rule to say this whenever you see an image of someone or something looking towards the camera. Also, a catchphrase by the main character of Chaos Head. Trust me, he said that quite a bit, I think, in the visual novel.
通じないんじゃないかな。
俺たちに話しかけられていることにすら気づいていないらしいな。自覚がないというのは実に不幸なことだ。
その人にしてみたらマユシーたちがゲームみたいに見えてるのかな。
そいつには現実なのかゲームなのかっていう発想さえないんじゃね？
じゃあダル君の大好きな二次元の女の子たちもそうなの？
Yikes, dude. 2D girl, female character in an anime game or a manga.
それは別。あの子たちは僕の嫁だから。
ダルの嫁の話はどうでもいい。
でもさ、マユシの言ったことって興味深いテーマじゃん。もし仮に僕たちがゲームの中の住人だとしたら、それを見極める術はあると思う？
ないな。
即答かよ。
故にそのような議論は不毛。世界の支配構造を打ち砕く方法について考える方がよほど有意義だ。
中二病オツ。
Well, let's see what the game says about Chunibyo, which I explained in a small thing earlier. What's it called? Like a pop-up. Literally 8th grade syndrome, a term referring to a mindset exhibited primarily by teenage males. Also used as a derogatory term to refer to older people who still exhibit this mindset, characterized by an affected attitude of nihilism or cynicism, extreme self-centeredness, delusions of power or superiority, and consuming fear of being treated as a child. The person exhibiting these symptoms believes that they are cool, but most observers find them pathetic. Chunibyo, which is often abbreviated as Chuni, also refers to the fictional tropes that teenage males often enjoy, such as ancient conspiracies, superpowers, especially powers sealed in character's eye or arm, Norse mythology, battles for the fate of the multiverse, etc. The consummate Chunibyo case will work such elements into his own personal backstory. Okarin is a textbook example. Yep. I step back from the monitor. Displayed on the screen is the ugly cute character Alpaca Man. Let's see it. Alpaca, a mammal, related to the camel, average weight around 50 to 55 kilograms and about 2 meters in length. Habitat, Peru, Bolivia, Chile. Recently, alpacas can even be found in America and New Zealand. Unlike camels though, alpacas do not have humps. Their bodies are covered with fluffy fur. Due to their strangely long necks and charming faces, they have some popularity as an ugly yet cute animal. Speaking of long necks, let me show you guys something that triggered me pretty hard. It's under the voices. Itaru has a fucking broad as fuck neck, and this neck looks fine on Mairi, but wait till you get all the way to Naya. What the fuck is this? Oh, fuck off. Fuck out of here. This is a game called Alpaca Man 2, where you speak to Alpaca Man via the microphone and watch him react. It's kind of like that fish game for the Saturn, right? Or was it the Dreamcast? Or Hello Pikachu for Nintendo 64? The game exploded in popularity when it was released 10 years ago, but personally I find only the ugly part of Ugly Cute to be true. I bought it yesterday, 500 yen used, headset included. It's about $5. I turned to Daru with a menacing glare.
黙れスーパーハカ。俺は12秒では。おーい。今日まだ。
そういう設定っしょ。
やれやれ。誰の人とのコミュニケーションの取れなさはどれだけ経っても治らないな。
アニメのオフ会じゃ僕がいつも場を盛り上げてるっつうの。
Offline meets. When members of an internet community meet in real life. Yeah, that's about done in 2020. Yikes. That didn't age well. This fat, bespectacled guy is my brother in arms and right-hand man, Hashida Itaru. Nickname? Daru. From Da and Ru. He has 2D wives on whom he cheats with 3D maids. I don't agree with his preferences, but to him anything's fine as long as it's moe. He's the reliable and skilled partner who brings my ideas to fruition. Despite his insistence that software is his forte, he shows remarkable aptitude with hardware as well. This ditzy girl is in charge of the lab's official costume division for women, and today she's working on costumes at her usual leisurely pace. Unfortunately, I have no idea if the costumes are well made or not because I don't know what the characters are supposed to look like. Why does the future gadget laboratory need costumes for women? It doesn't. The truth is that Mayuri is completely useless. Still, there's no way I would ever kick her out. After all, she was the first one to join the future gadget laboratory. I still remember the day Mayuri first came to the lab. It was spring. She said to me,
マユシーはオカリンの人質だからここにいようと思います。
To me, her offer was my salvation.
でオカリン、アルパカマンは反応したん？
いや、全然。
The human-faced alpaca inside the monitor was completely unresponsive. So unresponsive, you'd think the game was bugged.
この不愛想アルパカめが。ん？
The TV makes it sound like it's shorted and then the screen goes blank. I changed the channel. Nothing. Check the power cable. Nothing. Whack it again. Nothing. I guess it's broken. Damn. This crummy TV is unleashed from the brown tube workshop downstairs. It's probably just old. Actually, slamming the CRT is something we used to do with when it was broken and it would come back to life. That's a good memory I have.
きっとね、アルパカさんが怒っちゃったんだよ。
けへ後で修理できるか聞きに行かなければ。
I turn off the TV and look out the window. I can't stand the humidity of Japanese summers. Blessed by a slight breeze blowing through my window, I gaze far out into the horizon. Humidity of Japanese summers. Man, when I went in 2013, I literally walked across the street to go get myself a can of Dr. Pepper. Whew, man, and I was soaking wet. It wasn't raining. No, it was that humid. You get back in the house, you're soaking wet. I close my eyes. And what naturally comes to mind is that impossible scene I saw an hour ago.
消えた。
And it wasn't just the people on the street. The people in the stores, gone. In the restaurants, gone. Even the cars vanished, drivers and all. And it all happened in the blink of an eye. Suddenly, an empty city spread before me. Heat was rising from the asphalt in waves, but I felt only a cold chill down my spine. Then, wandering through the deserted Akiba, I saw a satellite smashed into the rooftop of Radikon. Akiba is another way to say Akihabara. I think it was the original name. It's like called after a god or some shit. I just stood there, breathless, until breathless, breathless, breathless.
どうかした？
Mayuri's voice brought me back to reality. Back to life, back to reality. Mayuri hadn't disappeared.
今、人が消えたよな。消えただろう。今目の前で。マユリも見たか？見たよな。見てない見ていないのか。だってついさっきまでここにはたくさんの人たちが歩いていたんだぞ。
歩いてたかな。
それに店員まで消えている。こんなことはいくらなんでもありえない。
それは仕方ないと思うよ。
Her reply didn't make any sense.
とにかくね、最初からこの辺には誰もいなかったよ。あ、そっか。オカリンは幻を見てたんだね。きっとこの暑さのせいだよ。トゥットゥルー。
How could she laugh at a time like this? I always thought she was a bit strange, but maybe her brain is actually broken. I realized that she couldn't help me. With nowhere else to turn, I look up at the bright blue sky. Is that a Chaos Head reference? Naturally, my eyes drifted to the top floor of Radicon, where I had been just a moment before. There it was, an enormous machine like some kind of satellite embedded in the roof of the building. The same building where just moments before I had found Makisukurisu's body in a pool of blood. What happened to her? Has anybody called an ambulance? Just before everyone disappeared, I could have sworn I heard an ambulance siren. Makisukurisu might still be in that dark room, cold, bloody, and alone. The thought disturbed me, but the question at the forefront of my mind was,
そもそもあの人工衛星は一体なんだ。
satellite. Right before Dr. Nakabachi's presentation, the building was shaken by an unknown force. The roof door lock had been broken, and beyond it sat a large satellite-like machine. That's right. When I saw it, the object was neatly sitting on the rooftop. But that's not what I was seeing right now. The satellite had penetrated the top floor of the building. It looked as if it had completely obliterated the room where Dr. Nakabachi's press conference had been held. It must have fallen out of orbit without burning up in the atmosphere somehow. I knew it was crazy, but what other explanation could there be? The real question was, when did that happen?
マユリ、あの人工衛星だが。
びっくりしたね。
びっくりしただと。何がびっくりしたのだ。
ドカーンってすっごい音がしたもん。
It certainly did make a sound, but I don't think it was Dokkan. I'd say it was more like the roar of an earthquake.
あの人工衛星は落ちてきたのか。
来たのかな。宇宙人さん乗ってるのかな。
Had I lost my mind? What I had seen didn't match at all with what Mayuri was saying. Suddenly, nothing seemed real. Had I dreamt it all? I caught the attention of a policeman trying to cordon off the scene and tried to tell him about the stabbing of Makisukurisu, but no one got stabbed at Radicon, he annoyedly insists. What? How could he say that with such certainty? We were escorted up to UPX and released. Fictional, a major office building in Akihabara. I'm sure there's a real variant, but I don't know. I'm not too versed in Akihabara myself. There were people at UPX like usual. And that brings us to the present. I'm baffled. Did the whole hour since the beginning of Nakabachi's presentation really happen? I check online for any news. The net is buzzing about the mysterious machine that crashed into the Radicon. Nobody has mentioned anything about the disappearance of hundreds of people from Akiba streets, nor about Makise Kurusu's murder. It's all a mystery. A mystery?
そうか。そういうことか。これもすべて機関の隠蔽工作ということだな。警察にすら圧力をかけられるということは、この国の中枢ももはや奴らの手の内にあるということ。なんということだ。だが俺の目はごまかせんぞ。いつか必ず奴らの所業を暴き、その支配構造に終止符を打ってやる。
Having come to a satisfactory conclusion, I take a celebratory bottle of Dr. P, my favorite soda, from the fridge. Dr. P. Dr. Pepper. Hold on. Sadly, Dr. Pepper is something hard to come by here in Belgium. At least, I mean, you know, you're not going to find it in any simple store. Alright. Let me take my drink here. Keep my ass lubricated, right?
頭脳労働の後のドクターペッパーは相変わらず最高にうまいな。
Elixir Intellectualis. He actually said Dr. Pepper too, by the way. Did you hear that?
コーラの方がよくね。
Ooh, them's fighting words.
オカリンは本当にドクターペッパーさんが大好きだよね。
Yeah, there's your Dr. P drop.
この知的飲料の良さがわからないやつは人生の5分の1を損しているぞ。うわ
Step through the curtain dividing its center and you'll enter the heart of the Future Gadget Laboratory, a top secret development room restricted only to lab members. Personally, I'm not fond of this cheap curtain. I often dream of replacing it with an airlock, but our research budget is already scraping the bottom of the barrel. Besides, what's important isn't money, it's ambition. All of the windows here are weather stripped with packing tape, so it's dim. The thinker. Our good friend. What the hell does that say? PC 998? I can't see. And hot. Almost like a sauna. Well, you know what they say, when you're hot, you're hot. Is that also the cover of that album by Fess? From Chaos Head? I can't tell, it's too blurred. I've been wanting to buy an air conditioner for the lab, but there's no money for that. We're currently accepting donations.
ダル、計画は順調に推移しているか。
計画って何ぞ？
I sigh and turn his attention to the table in the middle of the room. Sitting majestically on top of the table is a commercial-grade microwave oven. It's significantly larger than newer home models.
計画は計画だ。8号機の調整以外に何があるというのか。
Let's read about this microwave oven. A cooking appliance which heats food by bombarding it with microwaves. Originally called the radar range, the microwave was invented when a radar technician accidentally discovered that electromagnetic waves could warm food. Afterwards, research continued, and the consumer appliance version was launched in America in 1947. It emits electromagnetic waves at a frequency of 2.45 gigahertz. This is a special frequency known as ISM band, which is also used by wireless LAN devices. Consumer-grade output is around 500 to 1000 watts, and commercial-grade output is around 1500 to 2000 watts. That's exciting.
ああ、そのこと。いきなり計画とか言うから何事かと思った。
そろそろお前との付き合いも3年半ほどになる。
We went to high school together, and now we're going to the same university. We share an inseparable bond like prison cellmates. He's only been a lab member for 2 months though.
高2の時はクラス別でほとんど喋んなかったじゃん。だから実質2年半じゃね？
細かいことはどうでもいい。それほどの付き合いの長さなのだから、いい加減俺の会話についてこられるようになってくれ。
それは無理。
Man, all I wanted to have was one of those cool cryptic conversations where we talk about plans and preparations and other important sounding stuff, but no one knows what it means except us.
それで8号機の不調の原因究明は進んだか？
いや、まだ。
So far, the Future Gadget Laboratory has completed a total of 8 inventions. As I explained to Alpaca Man, the lab's primary goal is to develop weapons for the war against the Dark Dominion led by the organization that rules the world from the shadows. At present, we haven't completed any inventions of that sort. On the contrary, we haven't even figured out what we should make. But along the way, we have managed to create some ingenious futurish gadgets as a byproduct of our research. It is a fundamental truth of science that great inventions are often created by accident. In other words, serendipity. The ability to discover something valuable when looking for something else. The microwave oven was born through serendipity. So far, they total 8 in number. Gadget number 1, the bit particle gun. We're reading these. Future gadget number 1, the very first future gadget, a toy ray gun with a TV remote jammed inside. You can change channels by pointing it at the TV and pulling the trigger. However, the only supported button is the Channel Plus button. No other buttons, like volume, are usable. To turn the TV on, you must manually flip the switch on the TV. Its name is a reference to the classic Japanese robot anime Mobile Jacket Gundam. Oh god. Yep, there's your Gundam reference. Also, the gun looks like it's from Chajman Ken. Gadget number 2, Bamboo Helicam. Alright, this one is great. A CCD camera mounted to a bamboo toy helicopter. The camera is attached to the helicopter's fulcrum, allowing it to record aerial footage unpowered. However, the image is rotating at high speed, so you might get dizzy if you keep looking at it. Name originates from the sci-fi manga 22 Emon. Alright, I've been breaking my head over this one, but I can't figure out what the reference is. I'm gonna find it though, one day, because someone's gonna tell me in the comments, and when you do, all hail. Gadget number 3. Could this be Ora Ora? Is there the JoJo reference? A lie detector based on the thumb perspiration, though it might be more appropriate to call it a sweat detector. You have to admit it's a pretty clever invention. Its name is a reference to the classic manga, Juju's Bizarre Adventure. Yeah, there's the JoJo's. We got to get JoJo. Gadget number 4, Moat Snake. Snake? Snake? An instant super humidifier uses electric heating coils to quickly boil a large volume of water. This generates enough steam to fill a room of 12 square meters, though it can only be operated continuously for a few seconds. It looks like a Claymore landmine, which appeals to military otaku. Its name is a reference to the stealth action game Metal Moa Solid Rising. Wow, Metal Gear Solid reference and Metal Gear Rising. Gadget number 5. Once again, I've made a worthless object by Goemon. What do we got? Created by combining a dryer and a vacuum. The dryer is operated using the exhaust of the vacuum. Its name is a reference to the popular anime Lupin's the Third. Now, there's Lupin the Third reference. Lupin Sansei. Sansei, sorry, I fucked it up. God damn it. Gadget number 6, the Siloom Saber. Is that say Star Wars? Yeah, let's go back for that. Let's get Siloom Saber. There we go. Future gadget number 6, a red chemical glow stick with a handle attached, allowing one to grip it like a sword. Made possible not just with future gadget laboratory hardware, but also with chemical knowledge. Inspired by Spark Wars, a series of epic sci-fi movies. Yeah, there's just Star Wars. That's Star Wars, alright. What was that? It was like, Ghost in the Ball. A gadget created by arranging 12 6-inch CRT monitors in a sphere. Small CMOS cameras are installed in the gaps between the monitors, each connected to the monitor of the opposite side of the sphere. This attempt at a practical optical camouflage is the greatest masterpiece among completed future gadgets, but its sheer size makes it difficult to store. Its name is derived from the sci-fi manga Ghost in the Husk, which has an anime adaptation. Yeah, there's your Ghost in the Shell reference. Me doing a Ghost in the Shell reference last episode wasn't enough, I guess. Ghost in the Husk, that's a good one though. And we finally reached number 8. Anyway, our current problem is the future gadget number 8, the Phone Wave, name subject to change. Phone Wave is a pretty weak name, so I've added a name subject to change to the end until we come up with something better. For the record, it was Mayuri's idea, not mine. But I digress. The Phone Wave name subject to change is in short a remote-controlled microwave. A few days ago, however, we discovered that the Phone Wave name subject to change has a second unintended capability. Our brave, or possibly just ditzy Mayuri, had made it her daily routine to heat some frozen fried chicken by remote control. Long story short, she was defrosting her beloved juicy chicken number 1, as usual, when the unexpected happened. The chicken came out more frozen than when she'd put it in. The microwave refroze the chicken. Bear in mind, the frozen chicken had almost thawed by the time she placed it in the Phone Wave name subject to change. But when she removed it, it was frozen solid. Since then, Daru and I have been searching for the cause.
マユシがやった状況を再現して何度も実験したけど、冷凍できたりできなかったりだし、バナナを冷凍してみようとしたらさらにへんてこなことになったし、さっぱりわかんねえ。
マユリここにバナナを持て。
またゲルバナ作るの？
前から気になってたけどさ、マユシ。ゲルバナって略さないでくんない？
More importantly to that, is that the old school MP3 player? God damn it, what was it called? Winamp. Is that Winamp? Is that the original Winamp skill? Also, by the way, Gel Bananas.
だってね、ゲルバナはゲルバナだもん。
いいからキビキビ動け。
なんでいつも一房丸ごと入れるの？もったいないよ。
I take the bananas from Mayuri and stick the whole bunch into the Phone Wave, name subject to change.
ケチケチしていては機関との戦いに勝利することなどできんぞ。
勝たなくてもいいよ。あのね、バナナはマユシーが買ってきてるんだからね。おかげでマユシーはちっともバナナが食べられません。
次からは1本ずつ使うことも検討しておこう。
The Phone Wave, name subject to change, is simple to use. It's a microwave oven with a phone taped on. The number is already in my address book. I just need to call the Phone Wave, name subject to change, to get money for nothing and chicks for free. There we go, got the reference. Rang. I waste no time. The call connects in an instant.
RENG こちらは電話レンジ仮です。
This is the voice of the Mayushi guidance. The system Daru programmed to operate the Phone Wave, name subject to change.
マユシーの声聞こえてきた？
マユシーガイダンスが聞こえなくなる。
こちらからタイマー操作ができます。シャープボタンを押した後、温めたい秒数をプッシュしてください。例えば1分ならシャープ60、2分ならシャープ120です。
Entering the command properly will cause the phone wave name subject to change to function something like a normal microwave. Instead, we're going to deliberately mess up and enter 120 hashtag, or pound key, or sharp. That should do it. This method was originally a simple mistake on Mayuri's part, but it somehow starts the freezing process. The phone wave, name subject to change, comes to life.
綺麗なターンテーブルだろう。普段と違って逆回転してるんだぜそれ。
何？逆回転？そこに重大な意味があるかもしれない。両者の不買にも影響してくる問題であり、本当の規則を導入して。
Hunt's rule. Hunt's rule, the rule governing the placement of an atom's electrons. Orbitals of the same energy are each filled with one electron of the same spin before any are filled with a second, also known as Hunt's rule of maximum multiplicity.
ないか。
ないね。
そうか。
The three of us wait and stare at the spinning bananas. After 120 seconds pass, the microwave chimes.
ゲルバナの出来上がり。
Gel bananas are ready. Let's take a moment here and just think about Chaos Head for a second. Wasn't it the second new gen case of a murder where you could find someone sitting in a bathroom looking like this? He was entirely jellified. Literally. Yes, that should tell you something, that these stories are intertwined. Or maybe I'm just crazy. In fact, I am crazy, but maybe not on this one. After Mayuri discovered that the phone wave, name subject to change, had a freezing function, we attempted to freeze a bunch of bananas. This is what happened. It just gets more and more confusing each time.
ダルよ。このバナナ、食べてみようとは思わないか思うはずだ。我らの理念達成の犠牲となり散ったダルに敬礼。
すげえまずそうじゃん。
味は関係ない。食べることに意味があるのだ。さあダルよ、遠慮することはない。骨は拾ってやるから思い切ってズズイと行くがいい。
I love the line there. Gay.
いらね。
ではマユリ、お前にその名誉を譲ろう。
なんかね、ゲルバナは中身がデロデロでブニュブニュだったよ。
デロデロブニュブニュ。Wait, she already tried one? This girl's ditziness is truly on another level.
味もしないし、全然美味しくなかった。
デロデロでブニュブニュか。ダルよ、どう思う？
ブニュブニュバナナか。ブニュブニュのバナナ。マユシ、あなたのバナナブニュブニュだねって言ってみて。
あなたのバナナブニュブ。
Shit, I misclicked.
言わせるな、低能学。
Ooh, what's going on here? In any case, there's nothing we can do about it now. It's time for Daru and I to head to the Daibiru. Daibiru. Yep, that sounds like a big building, you know, because Dai means big and Biru means building. Or, it's more used for like an apartment or a complex. Fictional, a skyscraper with offices and a commerce center that opened alongside UPX in 2003, connected to UPX by the overpass. I'm sure someone living in Japan right now or has been to Akihabara a few times can tell me what UPX would be relatable to in the real Akihabara, as well as the Daibiru. There's going to be a seminar at ATF and we have to be there. Tokyo Denki University, where Daru and I go to school, collaborates with ATF to set up a satellite class. Summer credits, basically. We have to attend the seminar and write a report. Come to think of it, what's today's seminar about again? I looked it up before the summer holiday began. I should have written it down. New message. You know, I'm really sad about dropping my UPA. It's worse than last year when I missed buying Fatty Gero Froggy. It's from Mayuri. Responding to every last aspect of a message is a waste of time. I should just pick one topic to respond to. Or maybe I won't reply at all. Now, you know, look back. We're going back to Chaos Head again. There was like this system, it's called like a trigger system, where you could pick like one of each route and the story would kind of turn its way. I bumped the mic, sorry about that. The story would kind of like turn its way on whatever trigger you decided on. You could either pick no triggers, you could pick a green trigger, which was mostly the good option, like nothing bad happens, and you could pick the red option, which was like the oh shit, I'm having like a stroke kind of a thing. Now, this is a bit how it works, but they have really cut down on this as far as I can tell from the original Steins Gate visual novel. But anyways, they force you to pick something to reply to. Now, you know I'm really sad about dropping my UPA. Yeah, well, actually, we're gonna ask about UPA, but Gero Froggy was actually a reference to Chaos Head as well, where your sister in that game is really crazy about Gero Froggy. She's trying to get all of them. Wait, was it our sister? Yeah, it was. UPA, I feel your pain. That thing was worth a fortune. Our precious research funds. Ors. Yeah, Ors is like, there's a guy kneeling here. I explained this in Chaos Set as well. Ors. The head, arms, and the legs, and the knees. It's kind of cool. We're gonna get an explanation from the game anyway. There, that should do it. Mail sent.
あー涼しい生き返るぜあばばばばばばばばばばばば
Unlike the lab, Daibiru has air conditioning, making it an oasis for poorer students like us. Yet another reason for our diligent participation in this seminar.
電話レンジカッコ仮の件だが、俺は答えを導き出したかもしれん。
そのカッコ借りってめんどいからいい加減やめるべき
I won't give in that easily. Even if no other lab members use name subject to change, I will carry on until the day we decide its true name.
そんなことは今はどうでもいい。
お得意のとんでも理論でもひらめいちゃったん
何を言うか。俺はいつもこの世の神羅万象すら超越したあらゆる可能性について思考を巡らせているのだ。とんでもとか言うな。
神羅万象を超越って つまり何でもありってことじゃね？理論ってレベルじゃねえぞ。
Ah, Shinra Bansho. There's some classical Japanese for you. Flash the shit on the screen. I'm not gonna explain it. Stop interrupting me. At this rate, I'll never get to my point.
ダルよ、電話レンジカッコ仮はシュタインズゲートを開く鍵だという気がするのだが、どう思う？
そのシュタインなんとかってところからして意味不明なわけだが。
Let me share my revelations about the phone wave name subject to change, damn you. My brilliant ideas will clearly find no purchase with Daru. Time to change the topic.
ダルはラジカンに見物に行かないのか？
どうせ言っても見られないっしょ。もちろんネットに上がってくる情報にはほぼ目を通してるのだぜ。アットちゃんのスレ数100超えたし、勢いすげえ。
But when I ask him if there's any information about Makise Kurisu on At Channel,
またその話かよ。
またその話とはどういう意味だ？
だって1週間前にも僕にそんなメール送ってきたじゃん。
メール？俺が？
uh-oh.
何よバカな。マキセ・クリスが殺されているのを見たのはほんの3時間前だぞ。
そういえばあのメール変な感じだったな。送信日時が1週間後になってた。つまり未来から来たっつうか。
Wow. He's right. The email was sent from my phone. It was split into 3 mails. Okabe Rintaro, someone stab. Yeah, that's not what it says. Okay, this says... this literally says Makise Kurisu ga... Makise Kurisa. Bet Makise K. I don't know where they get this. Nani mono ka ni sa. So, by someone, stab. Sareta mitai da. Has been. So, I don't get it.
これは3時間前に誰に送ったメールだ。
A chime signals our arrival on the 5th floor. The elevator doors open slowly. As we step out of the elevator, I see a girl, and I recognize her. Impossible. Chills run down my spine. I can't move a finger. I stare at her face in disbelief. Makise Kurusu.
何か？
貴様は死んだはずだ。なぜここに？しかも
There isn't a single bloodstain on her clothes, and they're the same ones she was wearing when I found her. Only a serious wound could have produced that much blood. Yet as far as I can tell, she's completely uninjured.
無傷。
I realize that I'm gasping in disbelief.
何なの？
無事だったのか？怪我は平気なのか？いや、そんなはずはない。マキセ・クリスは何者かに刺されて血まみれで。
ちょっと勝手に殺さないでくれますか？私ピンピンしてますんで。
Is she an illusion? No, an evil spirit? Am I haunted? I don't believe in such unscientific drivel. I am a mad scientist. Feels silky. Quite the cuticles.
ある。実体がある。やはり 幽霊だというのは考えすぎか。
Her skin's so soft, so alive. Dead bodies don't feel like this. Not that I've ever touched one.
オカリン、まずくね？
おい。己は警察に突き出されたいのか？
俺は真実を知りたいだけだ。
That's right. She was stabbed. Maybe she's just hiding her wounds. This requires further investigation. I grab the hem of her jacket, pull it aside, and take a good look at her chest.
何が真実よ、この変態！バカなの？死ぬの？
ルイスちゃんの名台詞。来たこれ。
Louise Chan's famous line for the win. Yep, that's a reference, alright. And one I would think would go over many people's heads. Louise Chan, fictional, the main heroine of an anime, the familiar of 10. A tsundere. Her voice actress is the queen of tsundere, Sugimiya Rie, nicknamed Sugyu. Yeah, man, you watched anime back in 2004, 2005, 2006. I think she started like in 2002? Don't quote me on that, I'm just talking from my head here. They're talking about Rie Kugimiya, and she's just all over that shit, man. For example, Zero no Tsukaima, the familiar of 10, like Juno Tsukaima would be the name there, but they're obviously quoting Zero no Tsukaima, which would be the familiar of a zero. It's a story about a magician who's pretty fucking shit, and she summons a guy. But anyways, her name is Louise. So yeah. Another role she played back in an amazing story, which is now all but dead. You never hear anyone talking about that anymore, is Shakugan no Shana. An amazing story. Definitely check it out. She also voices some characters in Gintama. It's going over my head now, but she has played so many tsundere characters. Tsundere is, by the way, sweet and sour. Oh, I know. Everyone hates that translation. Nobody likes it. But it's basically a character who acts like she hates your guts, but deep inside she's got the hots for you. It's great. It's the best. Oh man. Anyways, let's call that here. So yeah, nice reference. I give it a 10 out of 10.
俺は確かに見たのだ。
Earlier this afternoon, after Dr. Nakabachi's presentation, someone killed Makise Kurisa and left her in a pool of blood. I carefully explain everything that I saw.
ドクター中鉢。
オカリン、何言ってるん？中鉢の発表会なら中止になったじゃん。
中止？
そう、人工衛星の墜落で。
Something's wrong. Our stories aren't matching. It's the same thing that happened right after I saw the mass disappearance. Mayuri's story didn't match mine. I need to know. Am I caught in some kind of sinister plot? Is this another organization conspiracy?
ねえ、ちょっとあなた。
我が名は法院京馬だ。
違うよ。全然違うよ。
法院さん、今の話詳しく教えてほしいんですが。
Alright, let's read this. Honorifics in Japanese. Japanese employs a system of named suffixes that define the speaker's relationship to the addressee. The common honorifics are as follows. Son, most used and most common honorific, used with strangers, people of equal status, and in general whenever one needs to be polite. When used after the given name, Kyoma-san, it indicates a closer relationship. Kun, An informal name suffix, generally used for male friends or male subordinates, also used by males towards female subordinates in a professional environment. Chan, a diminutive suffix that indicates high affection, usually used for small children, young girls, or between close female friends. Tan, an even more diminutive version of the Chan suffix, most often used for fictional characters, especially anthropomorphizations for added cuteness. Shi, a literary honorific generally used by formal publications such as newspapers. Some otaku, such as Daru, use shi regularly. He actually used it once before right now, right? Looks like she finally understands I'm not lying. But I still don't understand why my memories don't match everyone else's. I doubt that I can give her a good explanation.
マキセさん、そろそろ時間ですし、始めましょう。
はい。
Kurisu glances at me one more time, then sighs and heads towards the small conference room.
オカリン、とりあえず僕らも行こうぜ。
行くとはどういう意味だ？
講義を聞きに来たんだろ？
Ah, that. Did she come to attend the lecture too? Strange. Well, we'll figure this out next time, friends. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, stay safe out there, and have a good one. Bye, everyone.